It's sort of the return of shop class, but with a digital flair. I've been teaching this is my 13th year. For 12 years I taught technology to elementary kids, and it's my first year in middle school. We're very proud of what we have created. We are one of the few schools that we've found that is teaching design thinking in school. My entire curriculum is based on design thinking.
Wow.
And it's a lot of fun. It's also terrifying since I don't know a whole lot about design thinking. So I'm a co-learner with my students, which is very exciting. And let's see, what else? I have made some friends within IDEO in their education area, and they've been wonderfully supportive of the work of educators, and we really appreciate their help. And the giant cheeseburger was just in my folder of images because I'm on my Chromebook and don't have any access to really good images to upload, so, other than my classroom that I pulled off a Flickr there. So I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.
Great, thanks. Okay, Stephanie? Not sure if are you able to speak? We haven't heard your voice yet. Having trouble editing my intentions, not able to talk at another event right now. Oh, I see. Okay. Then we hope to have further development of my understanding of facilitation of the design thinking process to support K-12 school district and develop into a course for master's students in EDGE leadership program. I will be facilitating a workshop in late April on using design thinking process and engaging conversation about furthering education. Great. Okay, then Sveta? Sveta.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
As in Svetlana, but it isn't Svetlana. Okay, I'm from India. I live in Princeton, New Jersey, and I am currently director of a small startup called the Ferdinand Center Education for Social Justice. And we are sort of a spin-off of a research organization, an NGO in Delhi called the Center for Equity Studies. My interest is I've worked a lot with teachers and teacher educators and school leaders in state school systems in India, where there's incredible apathy, there's an incredibly hierarchical system, and everybody is looking up at their bosses rather than at the kids in their classrooms. So the question is, empathy really for us is the first thing if we want people to connect with each other. Add to that the fact that in India there is really a growing indifference of the middle class to inequality. There's a sort of individual get ahead mentality as people have, and you know, much more materialism. So there's a lot less caring than before. And I suppose that's a phenomenon in much of the world. But the thing is, how do we change classrooms? The third piece is that good curriculum is not available. Good education resources are not available to teachers. So you tell them to create a 21st century classroom. You tell them to build, or they're expected to build 21st century skills, and they have no idea what that means really. So we're trying to create curriculum or resources that are relevant to them and can be used, but just having them there is not enough. You have to engage people in using them. So we want to use online platforms and technology-enabled learning. We're working in 3 contexts. One is with undergraduate students. Well, actually, this set is postgraduate students in a university, with a series of street children's homes. So the course we taught most recently was to adolescent girls. It was on interrogating gender. And these are all partners from years of work with the Center of Equity Studies. And the third group is the Delhi government school system and those kids. So how do we develop? Empathy is one part of that 21st century skills that we're talking about, but we think it is the most important part. So I'm really interested in that, but creative problem solving is also the other thing that I think is at the heart of 21st century education and learning. So how do we bring that together? How do we do it online eventually? And so on. That's why I'm here.
Oh, great. Yeah, I might just mention you were talking, I think Kevin had talked about images too, that on the left here, there's a Google search. So you can search like on India, you'll see the map and then just, drop the image over. So as another piece of how to use this program.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, oh, great.
Oh, somebody did that. Who did that for me? Or you did?
I just did that.
Okay.
Just showing how that works.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can put in a lot of stuff. We're just making our website, so which will be ready by the next weekend. So I will share that with you all, but lots of pictures.
And I turned on the recording too. I'd forgotten to set it up. So this is our planning session for the IDEO Design Workshop, and we're going to be recording this as well as the actual 8-hour workshop, so others can benefit from our experience. So the idea for this group is that we have the IDEO Design Kit Facilitators training program. And that's geared towards doing it in person, setting up a whole training in person. And the idea here is that we could get some of the trainers, facilitators together and run through the program, run through their training online together for getting experience, as well as to record it and to network and just to talk about it and get some mutual support. And so what I had envisioned is we would have maybe get maybe 7, 8 participants, and then we would have 3 or 4 facilitators, and then maybe 4 to 5 participants, and that the facilitators would lead through the course and lead one team through the course. So that was kind of the overall idea. So maybe we could just hear from everybody, like, how do you think this could work? And you can also write your any comments in the have a Google Doc here for this meeting, so we can take notes and so forth. So yeah, just going to hear from everyone what your thoughts are. And
I have a question. How long are we working today for? Is it 2 hours?
We had 2 hours, yeah.
So I was wondering, actually, I mean, I think it would be wonderful. You can give me any role you like, but I would really be happy to be a participant. But I would like to be a part of the planning of the workshop, because I want to understand how we can do this well. And I've taken a bunch of, I guess, design thinking workshops with the Darden School, so Jean Liedtke, and then just the one human-centered design workshop here with Acumen. And that's the extent of my work. But we've done some of our work with design thinking. So how do we combine that with empathy, and how would you like to take this workshop forward, I guess?
Okay, so what I did is on this planning page here, if you can scroll down, and there's, I put the entire slide deck, just the headings. It starts on page 3. So we would basically just go through the whole slide deck, and we can share it, do a screen share here, and be sharing all the slides. I don't have the slide deck up right now, but we can share it on screen. Then by every major heading, like the slide deck has 1 through 7 as introduction and goals. That's 30 minutes. So we can have someone takes the role of being the facilitator for that. They go through, and then the next one is 8 through 14, which is 15 minutes. Somebody takes on the role of being the facilitator for that. We just go through the entire slide deck that way. And then there's some kind of the hands-on part where we need to do like the brainstorming. People will do interviews with each other. That instead we can have maybe 4 or 5 participants who are we're presenting to, and they can be facilitators as well. As we can even find, if we don't have enough facilitators, we can just find anyone that would like to take part. And we would have the design challenge of how do we teach people empathy, and switch the challenge a little bit from what it is about healthcare. And then one of the exercises is going out and doing the interviews. So maybe people could just interview each other within the group. The participants could interview the facilitators about our thoughts on empathy, or they could interview each other. And then we also have been setting up the mural pages for doing brainstorming. Like people do interview each other, and then they take notes. And then there's a section where you take the notes and you break them up into like putting them on Post-its around the people that you interviewed, and then we go through and have all those interviews on Post-its. And then there's a phase where we go in and start creating topic clouds, and then from those topic clouds you create a how might we question. And so anyway, all that can be done within Mural. I don't know if that's kind of what you're curious about, or if that's kind of addressing what you're...
Yeah, but I'm really stuck at the place where I can't see. Are you sharing your screen? And is there should I be able to see the slide deck?
No, I haven't. I mean, I can bring it up here, but
okay.
I mean, I can give... Yeah, in terms of how it will actually look, let me bring that up here. Got it. First things first. And so if I share my screen, it'll look something like this. And there's a way of making it full screen too, so we can just share it, just go through the slide deck here. And
okay, but I do not see your screen, or maybe I do.
You're not...
Where should I be? I can still see everybody's boxes.
Oh, you don't see it on the main screen here?
No. Where is the main screen? I mean, I'm only...
in the video. Does anybody else see it? I'm doing a screen share here. And
now I see your whole screen. Yes. Yes, I do see it.
Yeah. So, we just... Actually, this is the PDF file. What would be really great is if we had like a Google slide or something. It'd be a little bit better than this.
No, wait.
You can. There's a website that'll take a PDF and make JPEGs out of it, which you could easily create into a presentation.
Oh wow! Would you be willing to do that? And
sure can.
In the slide, that would be great.
Yeah. So where's the PDF?
The
I can do that right now.
PDF is it's on the. You can download it from.
It's on the agenda page, the Google Doc.
The PDF I just downloaded I downloaded from the Novo Ed site.
Yeah, I'm going there now.
Okay. I mean, if I have your email, I could.
Facilitators Guide Home. I'm there. Classes. Course overview. All right, I'm looking at the. I'm on the course page now. I just need to know where to find the PDF.
It might be easier just to email you.
Email me. Yeah, that's fine. Kevin_Jarrett@yahoo.com.
Oh, there we go. I have my whole screen here. Kevin
underscore Jarrett, 2 R's, 2 T's.
Oh, it's I have one that's dot Jarrett. That's not
Kevin.Jarrett@gmail. That works too. That forwards to you.
Okay. Okay, I just sent that.
Fabulous. Get right on it.
Perfect.
Okay, oh, did we lose? Okay, so any other thoughts? I guess the one thing is who's committed to being a facilitator. So we need the 3 or 4 kind of committed facilitators as the core, and then
You mean for the actual workshop?
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is Sveta. I got locked out somehow. I need to re-enter the Murally room, and I am not getting. They say I'm no longer invited, and serves me right, I guess.
It shows you actually being in it. I don't know why that
The
is.
Murally. Okay,
Maybe
let
that's
me.
why.
Let me.
Maybe that's why.
Okay.
Yeah,
So.
I think she's still
Okay,
connected.
I'm back in it. Okay, all right. Good, good, good. Thank you. Sorry, I missed something, but it doesn't matter. I will just jump in wherever you all are.
Kevin was going to convert this PDF into JPEG so we can put it into maybe a Google slide, which it'll be the Google slide will also let us put in new slides too, so that'll be nice. We won't be so locked into this outline here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the email to show up. Email's a little slow today, apparently.
Oh, hasn't gone out somehow. It's kind of stuck in my outbox here. Maybe because it's 11. You know what I'll do is
Share it with me. You want to
here's
share it?
another way. Here's another way.
Do you have it in Google Drive?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's what I'll do.
What version of the Adobe Acrobat do you have? Because after I think version 9, you can export it directly as JPEG from.
Oh, cool.
From the program itself.
That's helpful. I'm on a Chromebook, so I'm using a third-party website, but that's good to know. Oh, there it is.
You can export it as PNG or JPEG.
That's beautiful. From the free reader does that?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
I think it's from the version X, like after the 9th generation.
It's good to know when I'm on my PC. All right, I've got the PDF now. I'm preparing the JPEGs. I'll let you know when it's done.
Oh, you got it?
I got the PDF, yeah. So I'm preparing the Google Slides presentation.
Also, I created there's a folder here. We can put I'm copying the PDF here too. So this is the root folder for just any stuff we need to share. There's some.
Cool.
So where is that? Where would I find it? Where's the icon for it on this?
There's the chat window.
In the chat window. Okay, yeah. Okay.
There's a link there.
Yeah. There's a link.
That was a link to the room, just the not a room, but a folder, Google Drive folder. So it seems like it should be pretty easy. I mean, not pretty. I mean, relatively easy. I'll have. If you see the mural room, there's a link to. I think everybody should have permission. This is a link to the room for the design kit facilitators workshop. So all the murals will be within that. All the workspaces will be there. I've got 3 others that have been starting to create 3 other murals. So.
Perfect.
Converting. How many slides are in that presentation?
Something like 75.
All right, there it is. Just converting the last one.
Okay.
Download the zip and upload the images. Almost there.
So all this will come in the Google Hangout link, right? Rather than the Murally link. Is that?
I didn't quite understand that.
Oh, so I see. I'm sorry. I'm really challenged, I think, digitally, but I see that the links that you're putting are in Google Hangouts, right, and not in the Murally room.
Yeah, you can find them in the chat tab here.
Yeah. Okay. So where is Kevin doing this?
I'm making the presentation actually.
Yeah, and you will put it where?
I'll share it with you as soon as I get
Okay.
it done.
Okay.
All right, I just exported all the pictures. I'm uploading those to Drive, and we should be cooking with gas in no time.
Okay.
Now, in a perfect world, we can't make a presentation from a list of images, can we? Can't do that yet, like we do in PowerPoint. They got to be inserted individually. Is that right?
I'm not an expert on
Yeah, I'm
Google
thinking.
Slide.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder with images, and they'll have them all in there. So let's call this Design Kit Slides. And I apologize. If I was home on my PC, I could have done this before we were finished talking, because I have PowerPoint on there, and it creates photo album slides instantly.
If you need help, I can
All right,
I can help you with that from here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me get the files uploaded, and then you could possibly do that part. So I'm on my pokey little Chromebook. All right, so here we go. Image, 77. Open. Uploading now.
Double dip, right?
Let me get a shareable link. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah. All right, share. Anybody with the link? Come on, Mr. Google. I know all day. Seriously. All right, anybody can edit. Ooh, yeah. All right, I'm going to drop this link into chat, and this is directly to the list of images. Boom. And they're still uploading. They should be done in a minute. Nice fast Wi-Fi here. All right, so where are you? Done. All right, so let's see. All right, I got a few more still waiting, but you should be able to hit the folder and see them pop up.
Oh yeah, I see them. Did you say you can take
wow.
those, and they don't automatically go into Google Slide, but they PowerPoint would do that?
Yeah, PowerPoint has the ability to create a photo album based on a folder of images.
Oh.
We use that all the time. It's really handy. And I don't know if Slides has that ability yet, but all right, we're 18 items and we're done.
This is amazing.
Could you get that if you have PowerPoint, put it into PowerPoint, and I think there's a way of maybe transferring it to Google Live.
Yeah, once it's in PowerPoint, you just upload it to Drive and it converts it automatically. All right, 77 files uploaded.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, wow.
It's almost like we know what we're doing.
Well, it's all there.
Scary.
Sorry, I lost you guys for a sec.
I should have brought my PC. Shame on me.
Okay, so I guess one question is who wants to be a facilitator? I'll be a facilitator. Anybody want to commit to facilitating?
So what does that commitment mean?
It means we would need, I would say, 3 or 4 facilitators, and we're going to be the ones that present the material. You know, so we would. We can discuss how we do it, but go through the slide deck. That we show the slide deck. We talk about. We facilitate the course.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have 4 or 5 participants who are team members, and we're kind of basically leading them through the course. And
that's fine. Well, they say to teach is to learn twice, so sign me up.
okay, great. That's my view too.
I can join you guys too for that.
Okay.
And do we have a date for the workshop that we're doing, or
I was looking at next weekend, I mean next Saturday.
starting when to when?
It would be 8 a.m. Pacific, so that would be...
Perfect. 11 for me, yeah.
Okay.
That works. For how long? All day?
It's all day, 8 hours, so it's pretty intense.
7 p.m., I guess. Is that right?
Yeah.
7?
Wow. But that'd be fun. Yeah, let's do it. What the heck?
Okay.
Good. You have 3.
3?
Hey. There you go.
Would you like to be a participant then?
Yeah, I would like to be a participant only because I'm scared that I might be called away perhaps, and I don't want to commit to facilitation, but I will do everything I can to be there for 8 hours.
All right.
I mean, it's important for the participants to be there too.
Yes,
not
yes.
to,
No, I know, but I would hate to really let everybody down that way. So I will be there. I mean, I've blocked the time. It's just I have a sick child is the problem. So.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Okay, so we can, if you scroll, let's see, what else do we have here? Issues, how to show slides. Looks like we're going to get that all into Google Slide. That'll be great. We can even make there's some of the slides have the design challenge of the health, and with that we can actually go in and edit and kind of make it specifically for our design challenge. So the design challenge I was looking at is how might we teach empathy. So how does that sound as a challenge? Should it be tweaked? What do you think about that?
I don't know about teaching empathy per se. I think if you might phrase it as how might we create more empathetic students or create more empathetic learning environments.
Yeah.
Because you'll teach empathy as a result of that.
I was thinking also how might we, following your line, how might we spark empathy in people?
How might we spark empathy in people? My kind of the overall project I'm doing is wanting to create an online training MOOC. So something around how might we train or create a training material or something like that is kind of specifically what I'm, the challenge that I'm looking at.
That's my challenge too.
What's that?
That's my challenge too, really, to create a module on empathy and compassion. All the things that go with that, including vulnerability, acknowledging your own vulnerability. What are the kinds of materials you use? What are the instructional processes? What are the things students might do to that would ultimately result in them being more empathetic people, and so on. So yeah, I'm also into teaching empathy, I guess.
Have you guys ever heard of Start Empathy?
Yeah, I know them. I've interviewed some of the folks over there, and
Okay, so it's known to everyone, so that's cool. All right. Ashoka is a great organization.
Yeah, Ashoka is, I don't know if you're familiar with it, everyone's familiar with it, but they're saying that, for social entrepreneurship, you need empathy, and they're doing a lot to foster it in the schools, so.
Right. So there's also the greater good, right? The Berkeley initiative. I suppose there are a bunch of people, but a lot of work by, what is it, Brene Brown? Is that her name? Or Breen? Or Brene?
Brene is what I've heard.
There's
the Center for Compassion, Autism Research and Education, or CCARE at Stanford, and so those are all organizations that are working in this area. But I've been doing this for like 8 years now, and just really focusing on empathy, and there is no really good systematic training for empathy. I mean, Start Empathy has a little training, but I don't think it's very good. So I'm really seeing, well, how do we, and there's a lot of different programs out there like nonviolent communication, which is one training program. There's a focusing process. There's you know, kind of a variety, but not a really good systematic overall training like that you have in design. So that's really one thing I'd like to create. So what if we write down the different challenges here and vote on them or something? How does that sound like?
Yeah, I like that. Let's go.
I have it on page 2 of the document.
There you go.
I don't know if that you can write out what your. So how can we create more empathy? I didn't quite get all your whole one, Kevin. What was it? How might we? Something about education or?
Well, basically, yeah. How might we promote empathy in students or create empathetic learning environments?
I like that one.
Promote empathy in students. Promote. Geez. Develop students' empathy skills. Empower students to use empathy to solve problems.
Are you writing this somewhere? Oh, is someone writing this? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, it's in there's a lot of.
He's trying.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going
here's the page. I just put the link in for our meeting document.
Oh, great. Okay.
We're on page 2.
A couple more there.
Okay.
Perhaps.
So how might we create more empathy? How might we promote empathy in students? How might we create empathic learning environments? How might we develop students' empathy skills? How might we spark empathy in people? How might we create an empathy training curriculum? How might we build a school culture driven by empathy and human-centered design?
Okay, so we are. Do we want to explicitly say students, or do we want to just have that implied?
Learners, perhaps?
Learners, I think is better.
Yeah.
Because
Learners,
teachers too, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. If they're any good, they're learners.
Right.
Yeah, I really like that. Learners. Okay, so we've got, if there's no more, we could just put our names next to the one that we like and vote on them. How does that
Initials.
sound?
How about initials?
Okay.
Okay, where are we?
All right.
How many times can we vote?
Vote early, vote often. Well, it looks like we've got how might we develop learners' empathy skills? We got 4 for that.
Well, I'll put me there too, but I have a feeling there's of course a lot of overlap. Ultimately, we are saying how might we teach empathy, all said and done.
Correct.
Okay.
What I like about this how might we question is that it seems wide or broad enough to allow us to have various solutions, but it's not too narrow to just come up with one way of
Exactly.
tackling this.
Right.
And also, it's not a minor semantics thing. That I like the develop verb there, because it's not something that you have to plan. It's something that's there, but it's maybe not developed yet. You just have to like train it or exercise it. So
Right.
So the one above is then a little bit broader. how might we promote empathy in learners, which may not be direct teaching, which may not be, is not necessarily narrowly focused on skills. I mean, I don't know if it's a skill or a strength, character strength, or what it is. But okay, just to muddy the issue a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got the voting, so everybody voted for it. So that's, that adds clarity.
Okay.
Okay, we got our challenge. So if we scroll down, like what would be the next thing we need to do here is, I guess we need participants. We could, if the three of us are facilitating, I saw Stephanie, she had dropped out, but
she's a participant, yeah.
Oh yeah, participant. But the thing is, can you stay the whole time? Because one thing that happens, if you can't stay the whole time and you drop out, then your team is kind of left without someone. So it's actually, I think, would be good just if you could stay for the whole time. I'm a little concerned about that. And then we would need some more participants. Would be, how do we get the participants? They wouldn't have to be the designers. So they wouldn't have to be facilitators. They can be anyone that just wants to learn.
So I can see if I can get a couple of participants from my team in Delhi. The only thing will be the timing. Oh, I don't think the time will work.
Yeah.
It's like,
we had a bunch of folks from Australia and Europe that were interested, but for a day long, it's like they'd be. It had to be kind of the U.S. time zones for.
Yeah.
I think I can ask a couple of Costa Ricans that might join us. Let me get onto that.
But you don't need. How many do you need, Edwin?
I think 4 to 5.
Okay, I'm sure we'll. But I can definitely add one person whom I will speak to who's taking the course, so might be interested in doing it. I don't know how interested he is in empathy, but he should be. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, it does kind of double duty because in terms of design, you know, a good designer has a lot of good empathy skills, and it starts with empathy. So
everything starts with empathy. Well, it's true. It's the basis of communication, right? So.
Absolutely. Oh.
Okay. I don't know. Is somebody writing something? Because should I be somewhere else? I'm just staring at the slide deck outline.
There was someone, Karen, she just emailed me. She'd been trying to connect before, and she says, I'm unfortunately getting disconnected a number of times, and when I get connected, I can't hear very well. I apologize, but I don't think I'm able to join. I will probably have to catch the session after it's recorded. Looking forward to hearing and seeing you. That was Karen. So you're kind of dropping, a couple of you dropped in and out. Are you just getting kicked out, or what's?
That was operator error on my part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to say on mine too.
All right. So I was concerned that the program is.
No, this is actually working. Well, don't want to jinx it, but it seems to be working very nicely. I think some of us, at least I, have to overcome a lot of hurdles just to get all the technology, but I think it's really important for me to learn. Okay, so how many participants do you have? If I bring one more, that's 2. Are the rest all facilitators so far? Gabriela, you're saying you can bring a couple more?
Yeah, I can definitely bring one. I'll try to bring 2, but count on one there.
Okay. But Gabriela, you're a facilitator, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 3 guaranteed so far.
How many participants are we going to have in the audience, or that can join in?
At least 5 or.
4 to 5.
It's being done on Google Hangouts, right? So you can't really have more than 6.
You know, yeah. If in terms of the thing is with the participants is if we have just one team going through,
Right.
then we don't have to have separate rooms for them. Because if we have, if we have to have small teams, then we'd have to have different multiple rooms for them to work in. So if we just go through one group, then that'll simplify it. And
yeah, well, if there were 5, you could still manage one group.
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so let's. Though I would love to learn how to do rooms too, but one thing at a time.
Yeah, Gabriella had mentioned a program that allows for that. So maybe if we've done this once, we could take it on the road and have multiple rooms and stuff.
Oh yeah, let me copy the link again if you guys want to check it out. Jasper. There you go.
Oh, did you just? Oh, okay. Just ask her. Just Jasker. Okay.
Jasker.com, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll look at that later. But thank you.
You're most welcome.
So I was just thinking, what we could do is just go through the entire deck once.
Right.
Let me just bring it up here. Okay.
Yeah, in the absence of the actual presentation, the folder browses very nicely. You can go image to image, and it works just great.
Okay. You mean the design kit slides?
Yeah. If you just bring it up and start the first one, you just arrow it through them.
Yes, it does. That's true.
Do you want to share those, or?
How does one share?
Yeah, I already did. Let me get the link again.
Oh, I meant to screen share. I mean, I can do it here on mine.
Why don't you go ahead and do it? Why don't you go ahead and do it? That makes more sense. That way we're all on the same page, literally. Haha.
Okay.
Well played. Well played.
Okay, let's see.
Cool. There we go. Now we're living.
Where are you living? Please, I want to live there too.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
what now? Okay.
So here we go. An introduction to human-centered design, and we would need. There's the Facilitators manual, which would be good to have a printout of that because that's the narration. So everyone would need that. We can pretty much just go through and narrate, and the first section is slides 1 through 7. That's introduction and goals, 30 minutes, and so we need a facilitator for that. Anyone who volunteers? Maybe I would volunteer Kevin, since you're already a teacher, and I can deal with some of the technical stuff to begin with to keep that on track. So okay, we're going to put you down for that. And we have, here we go, it'll be the purpose, the what you will learn, what you will not learn, introduction. So here's the thing, at this point, do we bring everyone into Mural and do what we did with our group to have everyone introduce themselves? At some point we've got to do a little bit of an in-service on how to use Mural.
You could use Mural. Yeah, there are a lot of ways you could slice that up. You could do it orally. You could do it in a quick Google Doc with some tables where people just take a cell and start writing about their stuff. I mean, Mural looks pretty cool. On my Chromebook, it's pretty impossible to use because of the screen resolution. It's a 11-inch Chromebook, so I don't know if other people might have that problem. But I mean, there's a lot of ways to do that. Is my point.
The idea with getting an introduction to Mural is we're going to be using it later because we're going to have to. That will have to be something that we tell people is you're going to have the biggest screen you can possibly have. Because we're going to need that for all the brainstorming. So we need to somehow get folks familiar with it. So
yeah, if that's going to be courseware, then that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so at this point we would go in, everyone goes into a mural, and then just like we did, I'll have all that set up. You just go in, add your name, add some images. We kind of give a little tour of how to use it, give a description, then we go in through. So we're going to spend more than what the allotted time here for.
Right.
Question, does it make sense for us to give people early access to something like this so they could play, get it set up?
I was going to suggest that too. Maybe send like an email, a newsletter during the week so they can start playing around with it, and even tell them, like, if you got any questions, here's people you can contact. And
You could even task them with doing the introduction before the class.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I like that.
That way you get all the bugs worked out, and then you just pop the thing open, and there it is. They can talk. And it is kind of stressful not to do one right off the top of your head.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll need the email addresses for everyone, and then guide them. You know, can give them off-course support for. Okay, great. Love that.
So you'll save a lot of time here then.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much time do you think the introduction will take? You say we have 15 minutes in the design?
This section takes 30 seconds, but doing it in Murally, hopefully everyone will have already created a profile, and so that'll save a little bit of time. So I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think it won't save too much. How much time did we want to allot to the intros overall?
Well,
it's just like a minute per person.
It'll save some.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Okay. Then we'll have agenda flow. So we show that. There's questions, risk taking, and then we go into what is human-centered design, and that is 8 through 14 slides. So we can switch at this point to another facilitator. I don't know if you're seeing this. This is on page 3, so you'll have the outline of who's doing what. Who wants to facilitate that? Gabriella, do you want to do that one?
Oh, do you have my? I thought I had my mic.
Now
yes,
it's muted.
I could.
I got to tell you that avatar of yours I'm like, that's the funniest picture I've seen in a while. Sorry.
I've stuck with it for like 2 years because I just haven't found a better picture.
I hear you. Well, mine is my kindergarten school picture, so.
It's got some strong personalities there. But yeah, I'll be more than happy to facilitate that. Sure.
Okay, so here we go. We have the what is human-centered design, and then they have the video. So a large part of it is showing this video. And it is possible to share a video on using this the YouTube plugin. This is a link to the video on YouTube. I just put that in, and it's in the schedule too. Perfect. So if someone, maybe Kevin, you could share that. If you see the link here, I just put the YouTube link in. And if you look on the side menu, you know, there's the share and the Q&A. At least on mine, there's one that says YouTube. Do you have that app?
I don't see it. Let me see if I can add it.
Okay.
Here, there it is. Add YouTube. Add to video call.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, you can do all those things, Google. Sure, steal my identity. I don't care. All right, so I have YouTube there. All right, yeah, got it. Welcome to YouTube.
And then you could actually share it, and then we could move to showing your screen, and we can actually show the video.
All right, so are we saying we're going to want participants to be able to do this?
We just need one person to share, and everyone will see it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to share it here because I'm going to be doing the slide deck on.
All right. So how does?
No, it would be cool to have the video buffering while one presents, so it's easier and seamless the transition at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so I'm looking at the plugin now. Oh, add videos to playlist. Hold on. Let me copy the link here. Add videos to playlists. Paste URL. Search. Oh, how cool is that?
Okay,
Seriously?
wait a minute. Oh.
So then I can stop it then, and it stops for everybody?
Yeah, right now I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay, I see it in mine.
Oh,
Hold
you
on,
do?
back.
Is there a
Yeah, I see it.
sharing? Some
Oh,
kind
wait,
of
because do I have to share my screen for you to do that?
yeah, it might be what you have.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
All right, let's do that. Boom, shaka.
Oh, yeah. Okay, something's
Now watch.
happening.
Now I'm going to play it.
Oh, it's doing screen share, but it's not full screen. We're not getting the whole video. We're actually getting your screen.
Yeah, and that's what I see as well. Let me see if I can change that. Share, screen share, internal display. The two options I have are internal display or Hangouts, and it looks like both are rendering the same thumbnail. But let me see. Let me try. That's going to be the same. Fail. Hold on. Let's go with the other one, and let me just see if I can. Wait a minute. I'll just full screen the thing. Idiot.
But unless it's playing through their program, I don't think we're going to hear it.
Right.
Because we're seeing it, but it's not sending the audio through the.
You're not hearing the audio?
No, because we don't hear what you hear. It's somehow that.
Well, that's lame. Yeah, your mic is.
Okay. Let me see if I.
Well, what's the point of screen sharing a video if you can't present it to everybody? I can drill into that maybe and find out what the answer is.
No.
Yeah, that's true too, Stephanie. Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Give people 2 minutes. Okay, everybody press this link.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come back in 2 minutes. And then, yeah. Because some people, yeah.
I think my Hangout is crashing, so I tried to do too much.
We can hear you though.
Yeah, I might have to come back in a minute here.
Okay. Yeah, you're frozen. Your video's frozen. But I agree with Stephanie. So drop the link in the chat and say, okay, Bill, you got 2 minutes. Off you go.
So are you suggesting that people go and watch the video on their own and come back? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
And it also like help people keep them on their toes, so to say.
Yeah.
They just, hey, do this. Now come back. Now let's do that.
It removes also one more failure point.
Yeah. Is
Covering
Stephanie
all the bases
on or
there.
Not?
She's texting only, I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she's at another event, so she's just in listening mode, in chat mode.
I see.
But she will join us.
Okay, I'm going to have to close out here. This is totally hung.
Okay, so we're looking at Kevin's screen just now. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think it's because his froze.
His is froze, so it's...
Yeah, the YouTube video on the...
Okay.
And there's nothing playing, it's just paused.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right. So where are you based, Kevin?
I'm in New Jersey, near Atlantic City, and I'm presently coming to you from Philadelphia, where I was touring a fab lab here in town that we're going to be working with our students.
I see. And Gabriela, you?
I'm based in Costa Rica.
You are based in Costa Rica.
I'm moving in Argentina. I'll still be here at home.
Okay.
More welcome to visit me next one.
Oh, I got, everybody's breaking up now. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, what's up with that? What is Jasker, Gabriella?
Okay.
Is that your company, your program?
Jasker, it was developed by a friend of mine here in Costa Rica. It is a platform to do or to conduct webinars, and you can also host your own classrooms and plan talks, schedule talks, and people can subscribe to your talks. It's a free version, so far it doesn't have a limit as to how many people can join your webinar, which is really cool because for every other tool, except like Hangouts on Air, you have to pay if you want a lot of users. You don't have to for this one. And people can submit their questions in advance, and other users can vote questions up or down. So it's also good like to have participation for your audience. You also have your chat rooms, and you can share links and everything. And then come back to the talks you visited. So far, it's only been used here in Costa Rica because it was launched not long ago. So if you go into the website, you're going to see most of the talks are in Spanish, but the website itself is in English too, so you can use it as well. The president here used it. A lot of people have been trying it out here in my beloved country. And yeah, it's still in a beta phase, but so far it's been pretty useful. We've been trying also Facebook Live for some of our talks, and so far Jask has been working a little better in terms of connectivity and all that.
So how many people have you tried it with? I mean, at a time, because I know that after a point, Skype or even what's it called, WebEx breaks up.
Yeah.
So
well, on Monday, the talk we had on Monday, we were like 17 people joining for the whole talk, and after that, people almost like 300 views afterwards. So online, we had simultaneously 17 to 20 people. From the ones that I've been part of. I know there have been some with more participants, but yeah, with 20 people, it worked perfectly. It broke up once or twice, but I think it was because one of the guys was using his 4G connection and not Wi-Fi.
I see. Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, we should try it. I mean, I'd like to try it. Well, I will. I'll let you know what happens.
Play around with it because it's pretty user-friendly. Again, it's still in a beta phase, but I know the guys here will be more than thankful to get your feedback, and
yeah,
and it's good to have like free tools to use for this, because it just sucks to have to pay in Zoom or go to webinar or any other tool for that.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Okay, I was trying to do too much and tried to do the YouTube as well, and everything just blew up, which means keep it simple. So, okay, this was slide 10. If everybody's seeing that, we have the desirability, feasibility. That's still Gabriella's, and the mindsets, the methods. We're going into diverging, converging, and then many methods. And then there's intro to inspiration. That's like a 2-minute
video.
Not video, but just an explanation. You want to continue, Gabriella, with that section? It's only you'll have 15 minutes for the previous section, 8 through 14. 2 minutes for this section. And then there's 3 minutes for the following one.
For the Frienders and Challenge. Okay.
So can I ask you something? Are you saying that you will walk through the slides? Is that what's going to happen? Or are participants going to be doing something at each stage in order to kind of process that information?
To begin with, we walk through the slides. And they'll be narrated, so then we go, and then there'll come a point, and this one we can change out when we have the slide deck, our own challenge in, and then research. Let's see, which one is that? We go to research 21. Whoops. Oh, okay, so it's already 21. Let me see here. Where did we miss some? So there's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 is another one, design research, 10 minutes. Right. So I guess I could do that one.
Quick question. Do you want me to update the design challenge in slide 19? We still have how might we teach people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Feels like.
Okay, design research. There's look where where to look for inspiration, who to learn from, what to consider as you learn, and there we go. Traditional interviewing activities. So here we come to the interview. Yeah, Kevin?
Yeah, can I ask a question? Is there a reason why we want to change the activity? Other than it's more relevant, obviously, if we talk about something like, empathy and education, but is there not value in sticking to the script, so to speak? What do you think?
I'm kind of into the empathy part. That's kind of what's making this kind of worthwhile for me is, because I've done all the other, the 10 design challenges I've done. I've changed them all to be working on empathy because it's kind of like doing double duty. It's like I'm gathering insights. Because all the stuff we gather here I can use on the curriculum, so it's kind of more functional.
It's like Inception. You're going deeper.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it. Please continue.
Okay, so then we're going to go into traditional interviewing. So it will be traditional interviewing. So the activity is we want to show how to do interviewing, and the participants can do just interview each other. Try a quick interview just to get a sample about our design question, which is, let me move that design question over there too. And so then we go into that's the first activity, more of a participatory, and then now go deeper with these techniques, and then we've got then there's a second round where the participants actually try to interview each other for a couple of minutes using one of these techniques. So that's participatory. And there we have the design challenge again. Let's see. So now we're going into field prep 26 through 30. Let's see. And participants will want to create a plan for doing their research. How to do this in the group. Participants interview each other in the facilitator, 2 teams. So this is kind of the question that the participants then want to go and do interviews, and who are they going to interview? So they could do the interviews just within the group here, or if someone wants to go and interview, somebody in their family at the home, I guess they can go do that, but then they wouldn't be able to do it in a team.
Well, if you have people interviewing, if we interview each other, for example, and I think given that we're all focused on learners and all interested in that, it might be fun to do. But the question would be, would we go off and do it in separate rooms, or how would we do that? Because you're essentially breaking us into groups. And I mean, we could also involve the facilitators in that, because what would you guys do sitting around?
Yeah, you could interview us.
Right.
We could be your subjects.
Right.
I had a little question here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Gabriela.
I was thinking about making up the groups, because like one of the keys for a good design thinking challenge is to have a diverse and a group and with a good energy. Do you think we should in advance set a deadline as to when people should upload their profiles to the Murally, and based upon that have an idea of how we're going to break people into groups? It's going to be hard if people you just met just set them up randomly into groups. You might have 2 similar profiles or something. I don't know.
Or very different profiles. Right? I mean, put people together who are very, very different. Might be fun.
Well, if we have 4 or 5 people, they could also just be in one group too.
But who would interview whom?
They could interview us, and they could interview each other.
Yeah. No, that's right. But how do we separate out? Was my question. Is it that we go off and do a separate Google chat? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
great question. Yeah, how are they going to do the work?
We could do it within this Hangout, or
Yeah.
we could have another room in case. Like, how do we? Yeah, it's like we have. Let's say we have how many participants? Okay, we have 5 participants. Okay.
Right. So 8 people, 4 groups, 4 teams.
Okay, but we're not interviewing. As facilitators, we're not doing the interviewing. We're the facilitators, so we're not part of the team. We're kind of just. So we only have.
Could be, because I mean, otherwise it is really so small.
I was thinking
Suppose
if
we
we
were to
have.
involve you. I mean, ask you questions.
But if we have 5 participants, then one's going to be left out. Should we go for even numbers of participants at least to guarantee we have at least partner interviews?
That makes sense.
Oh, so we have go for 6 participants, 4 or 6.
4 or 6. If you, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to need 6 people.
Well, there were a lot of people who signed up initially, Edwin, weren't there?
There were people from Australia, from Europe, from all over the place. So when it came down to the actual time zone, a lot of them couldn't do it, and then a lot of people just don't show up too.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to need 6 people. 1, 2, 4 or 6. Alrighty. So we're still a little unclear here. At least I am. Like, how do we handle the interviews?
Well, how much time are we going to give them to do the interviews? Where is that in the schedule?
So that's 24, 25.
Do we break the hangout at this point and reconvene at a later time? Give them 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do something and come back?
Well, look at it. It says 1 to 2 minutes for each activity.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think we could also like set up fixed links for Hangouts for each group and say, Group 1, this is your Hangouts link. Group 2, this is your Hangouts link. And we all come back in 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I get to the manual here. Right.
Oh, I see. They haven't given a time for the field. Is the field research the place we're at?
The field research, it is 60 minutes.
6 minutes?
60.
60.
They got an hour.
Oh. Do we really, if we are interviewing one person, that's just not good enough, right? Should we change partners, sort of rotate out? Or how do we do this? I mean, I can't.
If we have one team, that one team can just keep interviewing for an hour. They can interview each other and they can interview us. If there's 2 teams, then we would need another room for one team to go to, and then they can interview each team can interview each other or the facilitators or. So that's, let me just see here, that's 26 through 30 is setting it up.
Right.
And then 31, 26, we need a facilitator for that, which is create a plan, review the design challenge, prepare for the field activity, tips for the field, roles on your field research team. So
I'll do that.
Kevin, okay.
I'll do that. That's fine.
Great. And then that's kind of like setting them up, preparing them, and that's the plan your. Okay, here we go. Let's look for a plan your research activity. So they're going to do a little planning of the research, tips for the field, assign roles on your team. Kind of the easiest would be if there were just 4 participants. We just have one team the first time around. But
So I'm bringing one, and Gabriela's bringing one. Right? That's 3 though.
Uh-huh.
That's only 3, unless Stephanie is joining. Will she join for the?
I think she mentioned she want to be a participant, right?
Right. Did she? Okay. So that would make it 4.
I was a little concerned that she said she couldn't stay the whole time,
Oh,
though.
oh, yeah.
It's like, I
Oh,
think we need
yeah,
someone
yeah,
that
yeah.
commits for the whole time, because you kind of.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So should we keep it to 4 then, just to have
Yeah,
one? Just
sure.
the first time around, it'll just really simplify it. Once we get
Yeah.
experience, we could. Okay. Then we'll just have one room, and then they can interview each other and us in an hour. And okay. And then we do the field research. Naga inspired. I don't know if there's a real facilitator for that, but we're all kind of keeping an eye on that. I don't know, Gabriella, do you want to just keep an eye on that? Like put you there?
Well, yeah, I could. That didn't sound so convinced. I'm sorry. But yeah. Field research.
Okay. Then we have a break. No need a facilitator for the break. Intro to ideation. Okay.
A question.
Okay, I could do that.
You know, I think we need to stop and say, what are we interviewing them about? Because this is not yet the brainstorming or the ideation or the anything. So what are we asking them? Are we simply asking them, how might we teach people empathy?
Yeah.
Or are we asking, that's the question we are asking them?
Mm-hmm. That's what they're interviewing around. Yeah, it's like they're wanting to see how to create the learning. What is it? Our challenge. How do we develop
But
learners'
is this
empathy
not
skill?
the need analysis part of it, rather than because then you're already coming up with ideas and solutions at this stage? What we first need is, so what is the challenge? What is the problem?
Okay.
That people don't have empathy? Why are we addressing, what need are we addressing? Why are we addressing it? What are we perceiving in the environment? What do you think about empathy? I mean, I'm not trying to be devil's advocate. I'm really
No,
just
it's great.
No, absolutely
just
not. You're absolutely right.
seeking clarity.
Yes.
We're not designing it just now. We are finding out what the need is for it.
Yeah, it's like what we're doing is just the original challenge is how do you increase health in everyday life? We've changed that. How do we
So
develop?
let's look at their questions that they came up with.
Exactly. What slide is that on?
They don't have any. I think the participants create their own questions. That's part of it.
Oh, no, so here it is. Okay. If you look at slide number 25,
okay,
and you use any of these 4 techniques, then you're asking, the question here is, what gets in the way of you being healthy? In our case, how do we want to define the question? What gets in the way of you being empathetic?
Yeah.
Now, that is much more complex because, one, you assume people don't even know what, we all mean different things by empathy. So the question is, how do you see empathy? What do you mean by it?
Yep.
Can you be empathetic to everyone? If you can, then how do you do it? Why do you do it? What do you perceive in your environment? So I think what we will need is to come up with a series of questions that we might, and very loosely structured sort of interview schedule, so that, and then we feel our way and start to just gather that information. And how do we do it? Either with the tool of the 5 whys. I think in 60 minutes you can use all 4 tools. So you may ask them to draw it, to show me. You can ask them to tell you a story. So you get all different views of what stands in the way of people being empathetic. And it is only after that that we can come up with a solution.
And I totally agree. I think that makes sense. Basically, what we're doing is a global search and replace for being healthy, for being empathetic,
Right.
and then just wordsmithing around what the actual requests are, so that it essentially follows the same structure, but the subject is empathy, not healthiness.
Yes, but I want to say, Kevin, it's not just wordsmithing, because the complexity of the, I mean, it's very easy,
Yes, I
easy for
understand.
you to, you may understand health differently from me, but not that
Yes.
much, right?
Understood.
So I think it would be really useful for us to come up with a set of questions broadly.
Would you be willing to write out some questions, some broad questions? Like you already had done them. You had really some really great questions there. To, if you just wrote those down, that would be a good start.
Building on what Sveta said, I think this part it would be really helpful to have that method of drawing your extremes.
Yes. Yes. Who are the people you can't? Oh, yes. Very nice.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of that anthropology explanation by Levi-Strauss as to about when is it okay to mate, and where do you draw the line between what's humanly acceptable for mating with your own kind? He said, okay, if you want to, let me a second to find. There's a great video about that. Give me 1 second.
Okay, let me pick up here for while you're looking. I think the thing about extremes is it's very easy for us to be empathetic with people who are like ourselves. It is very much more difficult with people who are different and who are very different. So in our work, we have our students go out and connect with, right, the life story of a homeless person, a street child, a sex worker, and it is really discomforting. You're throwing them out really out of their comfort zones. You have to give a lot of support and a lot of preparation. But the fact is, it changes hearts and minds. So I think really looking at and slowly pushing the participants to come up with, okay, so who can you empathize with, and keep pushing to say, okay, why do you find it difficult to empathize with your mother-in-law? And then going beyond that to different kinds of people who would be in very, very diverse. How do you feel about a person from India whom you'd really, you don't get, they don't speak your language, they shake their heads when they mean yes, what do you do with that? So, I mean, I think the idea is to get people, and unfortunately in our group, we are all going to be pretty aware. So making curriculum for ourselves would be very different from making curriculum for people who are not aware, who are not who are not empathetic, who are not teachers, who are not used to connecting on that level with very diverse people.
Well, what we did in our other groups is we came up with a list of questions, and then one person would interview someone else, and then there'd be somebody else. We have a shared Google Doc, and we would just be typing out the, one person does the interviewing, they select who they're going to interview, like you could interview me, or you can interview Kevin, or whoever you'd like, and then some of the other participants are taking notes, and then we would switch, that one of the other participants would select someone to interview, and then the others take notes in the Google Doc. And then we do that for about an hour, so it'd be like almost an hour of interviews. And then we've got all the interviews, and they'd all be written up in a Google Doc, and then we could take that material to the next stage. So
everyone is listening in on all the interviews. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So there's no new information. Yeah, I see. Okay. Okay.
So that's kind of the easiest way. The next level of complication is to break into different groups, but then that's going to take more time and more chance for. And we want to start easy because we're kind of doing this for the experience. This is already really, really rich, just going through it like this and talking about it. So I'm learning a lot. And I just see Stephanie wrote something here. It says, just a thought, the research phase of the HC is critical, and I know the goal is to do this in 7 hours, but I wonder if splitting in 2 to 3 sessions is better. Participants conduct interviews and truly immerse themselves.
What a good idea. because then we can go to other people and do it. I could do it in a different time zone if necessary, and so on. If we came up in the group with the questions, then people can go out and interview different people.
Much
And then
better
even
results
your
that way.
participants, you see, your participants are learning design thinking. So they need to know how to come up with these questions, and they need to do the interviews too, right?
Yeah,
So
one thing we did during one of our workshops in Chicas Poderosas was for new. It was one of our first workshops, and we set up like this story treasure hunt, so to say. And we said, okay, you have to interview one of this kind of person, one of this kind of person, and like I have at least 3 interviews. So I say, well, the hero, the villain, and the people, or find the policymaker, the ones that's asking for new changes, and the ones who oppose it, or something like that. And it gave us great results to phrase it like that, like a gamified experience, and have like a treasure hunt.
So in this case, what would be the 3 kinds of people is the question, right? So you might think of somebody who's very much like you, somebody who is and so on, right? And then you make the third person really as different from you as possible. Could be different culturally, socioeconomically, whatever else, whatever different criteria you come up with. Then what happens?
So am I hearing what the suggestion is here is to go through the workshop to this point, setting up doing interviews and the research,
right.
And that instead of, like in the course, there's an hour set,
right.
that we actually have a whole week and then pick up the workshop on the following Saturday, something like that. Is that what I'm hearing, or is that?
Well, I think that's a great idea. I don't know what the others think.
Works for me.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I think
it'll be much richer. It'll be much richer, because then it won't be just us.
A 7-hour hangout. That's a lot for one day.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Okay, well, I think it sounds unanimous. It sounds like we're going to be doing it for the 2. Can everybody make it for
2 consecutive Saturdays?
Yeah.
Yes.
For 4 hours, 3.5 hours each, I think. Well, it won't be 3.5 hours. The first one will be shorter than the second.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
cool.
we can.
So
okay, but don't stop. Don't stop talking. We're going to continue just now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Designing. Okay. All right.
We got work to do. So.
Okay, so we're going to set it up. At this point, we'll kind of create the questions or talk about that, and then set everyone on their way to research during the week,
Right.
and then everyone will be researching, writing up their research. You won't have you'll have to do the research on your own. You won't be able to have someone do note taking and stuff.
That's right. Or we could do it in teams, maybe.
If you have someone there.
We could pick one of the participants. Each of us could pick a participant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could interview people online or something.
And then we could do it online. I would do it online anyway.
Okay, cool.
My question, so this piece, I think, has to be explained well. That this, what actually Gabriela started to say about the Levi-Strauss thing. You're talking about ethnographic interviews, right, Gabriela?
Oh, I forgot about. No, I meant one of the concepts that he said about incest is that after a lot of interviews, he came to one of the conclusions that if you want to know where the line, what the cultural line for incest is, and where human behavior stops and animal behavior, so to say, begins, think about that, like the difference. People were asking him what the difference between animal behavior and human behavior was, and his answer was incest. That's where you see the cultural line drawing. So extracting that relationship for that is like for me, a lot of times empathy draws this line in tolerance and trust and a lot of values and principles that you don't really think about until you analyze some actions and say, my line is here. I can feel empathy for, I don't know, a homeless person, but I can't feel empathy for this person. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
one thing, just one question, Stephanie. You're saying you couldn't stay for the full workshop if it was a full day. Could you take part if it's like two different days?
Good question, yes.
Because then you could take part in this. Because that. So anyway, I'm just posing that question if you want to write your answer there. So. So should we continue? Just go through the rest of the deck while we have. So so then it'll be people will return, and then let's see, it'll be intro to ideation, and then there's 2 minutes. I can do that. There's intro to the synthesis. Download your learning to Mural. I can do that. So then we go synthesis, making sense, steps of synthesis, downloading your learnings, and at this point we move into Mural. So I've already set up a mural, started putting together a mural for this. So there'll be a space where there's actually I could maybe share that. So, let me just bring that up real quick, just to give you a heads up on how that could look. Okay, just booting it up. It's going to take a second here. And okay, almost there. Here it is, booting up. So let me share that full screen. So this would be people come back. They've got their write-ups. Maybe it would be good if it's in a electronic format like Google Docs. Then you can. Then we'll go through each interview, and then the interviewee. You can write the interviewee name. And then we start taking the interview and putting it onto Post-it. So we have all these different interviewees.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We put and then we get this cloud of just kind of the Post-its, the comments about the person, what they like, their needs, and all that kind of stuff. And then that's the downloading the learning, which is this slide. And then we find themes and insights. So at this point, we're back here. People are taking these and starting to create, topic clouds, finding themes. And then we go on. They craft how might we questions. So these themes get created into, we get these themes. And you can find kind of a problem area, and then we have a how might we attach to that cloud, and how might we questions. We have a break.
So wait a minute, who is coming up with, who is doing this categorization, who is deriving the learnings, and who is creating the how might we questions? It's the participants, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So what are the facilitators doing at this point?
We're just giving guidance.
Are you all becoming participants?
I think we're guiding. We're just giving some guidance.
Okay.
And
I think there'll be a huge amount of guidance in using the technology, probably, but okay, good.
So then we're going to go into brainstorming, and where are we with that? Let me bring up the page.
Okay.
Okay, so we have. Let me just bring up that's page 45. So intro to brainstorming. Who would like to facilitate that? I think Kevin, are you willing to jump in here?
Sure. Why not?
And then the next one would be the 20 minutes of brainstorming, and we can all help each other too in terms of picking up the slack. And then I'll have I haven't gotten that yet, but that's the part for the from the how might we's. Then it'll be also we'll have the same in Mural that everyone can brainstorm from on the how might we's, and we'll go into the prototyping, brainstorm, kind of explain brainstorming, and then we actually do the brainstorming. And then you get the top ideas. It's good that we're breaking this up into 2 sessions to give us more time to plan, too.
It's sounding to me like it should be 3 at this rate. There will be so much work, right, for the 3-4 people.
And then we go into the prototyping. Gabriella, do you want to do that?
Sure. Let's go with it.
Okay. Prototyping, so that would be the next couple there. And then, so then we go into, and I'll set up those pages on in Mural. So see what Stephanie said. I could probably take part if it's 2 days. I'm available on February 18th from 11 to 1 Eastern. I have a meeting on the 27th. There's a pretty easy to use brainstorming, categorization, and scribble tools, and so forth. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to.
What are our dates? The 20th, right? Today's the 13th. The 20th and the 27th.
27th, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have to see, Stephanie, how that works.
Oh,
so,
Stephanie's giving us times. Okay. 9 to 12 Eastern Standard. But you start at around 12 Eastern Standard, don't you?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to see how the scheduling works. It's a little. So let's see. We have the prototyping, and I haven't really worked my way into creating the screens for that yet on Mural. So that'll be the next thing. So I'll set all that up. Steps for, and Gabriella will be leading that.
Question. For the second session, do you guys think it would be useful to have a doodle and just have everyone put in their 2 cents about their schedules and when it would be better? Because I think it would be a little nightmare to just have everyone's schedule on a Google Doc or something. Maybe a doodle, and people just gonna vote for the options, and we can see
you can
when.
teach me how to use that, and I'm happy to learn.
Yeah, Doodle is super easy and a great idea. It's just literally click, click, click about the times you can make, and it picks the obvious time.
Okay. And Stephanie said something about Scribbler.com as a brainstorming tool.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Sure.
Yeah, I did want to use Mural just because keeping it all, it's already set up.
He's not aware of that.
Yeah, that's
He's
fine.
not aware of that.
Oh, yeah. So.
I'll use it with my students, though. Thanks.
Yeah, there's a lot of other great tools there.
Amazing. I'm learning a lot about technology as we get along.
So let's see.
So who's doing Doodle? Somebody?
Oh, yeah.
I could take care of that. The doodle.
You can take care of that? Okay.
So, but we'll start the workshop next week at 8 o'clock Pacific, which would be 12.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my ideal for the
That'd
next
be
Saturday,
11,
too. Right? That'd be what?
8 o'clock is 11. 8 o'clock
11 Eastern, yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
late Eastern.
11
Yeah, Eastern. Yeah.
11 Eastern. And you'd like to do the same for the following?
Ideally, yeah, but
you know, that
flexible.
works because I will try and get people from my team then to join. They're all young, and so they are up late at night in India, I mean. And if I can get 1 or 2 on there, it would be really exciting. So let me see if I can add some people to this as participants. Oh, but you want to keep it very small, right?
Yeah.
Edwin? Okay, all right.
Just 4, we're going to go for 4, right? Is what we decided.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we have
Well, so with Stephanie, we have 4, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But does it have to be an even number? I'm sorry, I'm going back. Would it be terrible to have 5? Because we are not now doing one-on-one.
Yeah, for the interview part.
But we are not.
At least
We are going out and interviewing people. Isn't that what we decided, that we're not going to be interviewing here? We would be going out and interviewing between the 2 sessions.
Yeah, so we don't need to be interviewing in
You're right. Yeah.
online teams. So we could have 5 one
can
team.
have 5,
They
right?
suggest 4 to 5, up to
Okay.
5 for a team. So
Okay.
like their tables are set up, I think, for 4 or 5 the way they show it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Good.
so where are we at? We got the storyboarding, which is 50 intro to storyboarding. And it's good that we've got 2 weeks to set this up because we can really go over it. Ways to build prototypes, test and get feedback. That's going to be the hard. I'm not quite sure how to do all the prototyping either. So it'll probably be kind of online. Maybe doing something within Mural. Create some kind of a prototype, some kind of an outline.
But the prototypes are they're curriculum. So
yeah.
That's and material, and it might not be hard to do at all. But again, it's the participants who will be doing that.
Yeah, whatever they come up with, we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I do. I'm a part, but I think it's more fun. I think this is what I really want to do. Yeah.
Okay, so we got ways to, so you build your prototypes, and Gabriella's handling that. We have the field testing. So go test it. I guess you could test it with us, or.
That means we teach. What you're saying is we teach a session. Is testing. Yeah.
So you got an hour to try it out on somebody that you're trying your teaching method on someone, be it the facilitators or each other or somebody else. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Field testing. Gabrielle, do you want to do that would be the kind of the prototyping would be your section then.
Okay.
Just sending people the prototype, just kind of, I can help with the Murally part.
Oh, yes, please. You're the Murally sensei. Please do chip in.
Do you want me to do the slides?
That'd be great, yeah.
I'll do when I get home.
In Google Slides?
Yeah, I will make you a Google Slide presentation with all these slides, yes.
Okay. Then I think then we got the integrate, feedback, go build it, now test it. Now there'll be a test screen with this in Mural too, so I've started already creating that. Welcome back, prototype share, so then there'll be a screen for this too, that everyone can kind of fill that out. And actually, Kevin, would you be willing to do the sharing the preparation part, the 64?
Yeah, absolutely, it's fine.
Kevin, I think I'm going to be needing to do a lot with the keeping the mural and all that kind of going.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gallery walk. And debrief. I guess I could do that. Unless anyone else want to do debrief reflections, I can. Have enough, Gabriella. Intro.
There you go.
Okay, intro to implementation. Okay, well that looks like we got it covered.
Okay.
Team prepare, share, they create, get your hands into the real world, debrief, reflections, take a moment to capture your biggest takeaway. So there'll be I'll put all these forms too on Mural, so there'll be some guidance there.
I think we have Stephanie online now.
Yeah, we can see stuff. Woo,
oh,
Stephanie!
great! Yay!
Yay!
Not hearing you, Stephanie, but saw you for a second.
Glad to have you there at least.
Okay, what you can do
Alright.
next, and thank you.
Okay.
Yay! We kept it under 2
Wow.
hours.
Nice.
So this is good. Yeah, I like that we're going to break it up. That'll give us more time to prepare the second half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and less likely to go insane in the process.
Yeah, being online for 8 hours. Wow.
So I'm going to ask you again, because I'm not clear. When you have people plan their research, are the series of questions we are generating going to happen before, or is it going to be something that's developed in, it'll be developed together, right? In
Right.
the room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. That's great. Yeah. I think we're done, yes.
Okay, yeah, I think we got it.
Nice
so we're
work.
set for 8 o'clock. We've got our facilitators, and I'll keep working, over the next week on the murals, so they should all be in shape by. So yeah,
Good stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
And we're sort of thinking 8 to 11 Pacific, or 8 to 11:30 Pacific, 2 days in a row, or 8 to 12, something like that. Two Saturdays in a row.
Yeah, 2 Saturdays in a row. Ideally, can everybody start at the 8 and 11 Eastern? Does that?
For the 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the
so
20th,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, great. Then it's like we don't even need to really do a doodle then if we're starting at the same time.
Yeah, but for the next one.
And for the participants, they got to be cool on it.
Right.
Just to make sure they can.
That they can make those times?
Yeah.
Right.
To have a way of them being reminded of that too.
Okay. And the following, the 20th, it's likely to be 4 hours, right?
I think it's going to be might be a little bit more.
More than 4 hours.
I haven't added it all together. If anybody's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
times, it might be the first time will be a little bit shorter. I think an hour or 2 shorter. So let's see. Can somebody add that up?
Add what up?
Let me see.
It would be what is the length of the first of our first that's 15 of our first
45,
meeting.
47, 15 minutes, an hour. 13. Yeah, like an hour and a half, round up.
How long?
I think an hour until field research is more or less an hour and a half.
Except that you're likely to have a lot of, you will need time for the technology bit. So at least 2 hours.
Okay.
So that's short.
Yeah.
And then your next one is going to be really long.
Yeah, it's going to be about 6 hours, a little bit less than 5.5, 6. Is that right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Better eat your Wheaties.
That's a lot of bathroom breaks.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, there's an hour within that second part for lunch.
Okay, so it's 4
sure,
hours. It's a 4.
Yeah, so we get lunch.
2 hours. 2 hours. So it
should
was a total of 8 hours, right? Total of 8 hours?
Yeah, it was actual
7
hours of yeah. So would we take? I guess the question would be, would we take lunch then, or would we just kind of skip?
Plow through 5 hours?
With some breaks.
Well, we could have a shared pizza delivery.
A virtual pizza.
They all ate at the same time.
Multitaskers, what the heck?
Let's take a call on it next week.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, we're all set. Excellent. I'm really excited about this.
Yay.
So glad everybody's participating.
Well,
right.
thank you,
And
everyone. Thanks all.
We'll see you electronically. Bye.
Electronically.
see ya. It was nice talking to you guys. And
Bye.
if you find anything
Bye.
worth while reading, you can just drop it in the Design Kit Facilitators
Okay,
folder.
Okay, thank
will
you.
do. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.